I think Americans were expecting a big blow up between President Trump and the Mexican president at that time, President López Obrador, who was a kind of an icon of the Mexican left. I think people were expecting a real train wreck in the relationship, but that didn't happen. I think the one thing that I saw was that President Trump and President López Obrador had some commonality in the sense that they were both political outsiders, who came from outside a traditional two-party establishment that kind of would alternate. They found common ground and actually got along pretty well. I think both of them kind of got a kick out of the fact that they got along pretty well, despite what everybody would have assumed. I think that kind of played to both of their instincts that we're not business as usual people, and everybody would think we're going to, beat each other's throats, but we're not. I was ambassador when the election of 2020, and then President-elect Biden called President López Obrador, who again had established a good relationship with President Trump. In fact, his first visit abroad as president of Mexico was to the White House to see President Trump. I was told about this conversation between these two leaders. Biden kind of started with a crack, well, at least I'm not Donald Trump. And then I think he thought it was going to be funny. And I think there was dead silence on the Mexican side because they actually got along well with Donald Trump. But I think there was just an assumption of a lot of people on the American left that, everybody hates Donald Trump around the world. As we're seeing now, a lot of countries realized that Donald Trump was somebody they could do business with. And, he wants to make his country great. And President López Obrador wants to make Mexico great. I think President Trump recognizes or defends the sovereignty of our country, but he expects other countries to defend their sovereignty too. And he expects another president to want to make his or her country great again.